Hi guys, today we're going to be making these Moroccan inspired mason jars. These make perfect decorations with a tea light or some fairy lights in them. They also make good gifts with hot chocolate or cookie mix. I hope you enjoy. So for this project we're going to need some mason jars. We just recycled some old ones we had lying around in the house. I think we got jam in one of them and some sauce in the other. We've got one tall one and one short one, and I'm going to show you how we can do two different designs on them. We're also going to need some glass paints. We got some paint pens, which are quite easy to use, and some liquid glass paints as well. I quite like the liquid glass paint as it gives a stained glass effect, so which is quite nice against the outline. We also have some relief paste that you can use on porcelain and glass. It's quite nice to give a three-dimensional look to your design. And again, if you don't have this, then no worries, you can always use a paint pen, or you can use a thin paintbrush with your liquid glass paints. We've also got some cones which have got acrylic paint in them, and we'll show you how to use that as relief paste. But we don't recommend using it if you're going to use the jars for food. You're also going to need some cellophane, just normal clear cellophane, some paintbrushes, a ruler, some pens, sellotape and scissors. So I'm going to start off by showing you how to make the acrylic cones. So I'm just using some orange sugar paper to show you how to roll a cone, but you would roll it in the cellophane, it's just you can't see the cellophane on camera. So you want to take a rectangle of your cellophane, and you want to hold one corner and just bring it in towards itself until you get a fine point. You want to make sure your hole is not too big on the end, or your paint will just run through it. Once you have a nice fine point, you then want to take some sellotape and just secure the end with it. You then want to run some sellotape along the seams so you don't have any leakage. And there you have a cone where you can fill the top in with acrylic paint and then just seal the top off with some regular sellotape. So I'm just going to take my two mason jars and measure them up. I'm going to create a template that goes inside the mason jars with the design I want on them. You can trace the design off the internet if you like, or you can create something different and unique. It's up to you. So over here I've just gone for two different designs. The first one is some baubles hanging with some stars. That's going to be for my tall mason jar, so I'm just going to roll it up and place it inside my mason jar. And my second mason jar is going to be a mandala design, and so as you can see I've just put some notches on the paper so that when I roll it up and put it inside I can evenly space out my mandala going around the mason jar, rather than try and measure it while I'm painting at the same time. So I'm just going to start off with my tall one. I've just put some sellotape just to hold the template in place. I don't want it moving as I'm painting because my hand will be on the inside trying to grip the mason jar as I paint. I'm going to take some glass paints. We're going to go for the stained glass effect. You want to shape your paints really well. And I'm just going brush, and I'm just going to paint all the baubles going around my design in 2 different colours of blue. If you make a mistake, it's really easy to clean it up. I'm just using a clean paintbrush with some white spirit, and as you can see, it's getting rid of some of the glass paints that we put underneath. And after 2 coats, I wasn't too happy with the 1 coat, so I added another coat, and I also added the iridescent paint to the bottom as well as the stars. And now here's where you can use your relief paste to do the detail, or your acrylic cones that you made earlier. What you want to do is you just want to outline your design and fill them in with all the detail. that's what it should look like once you're done with all your detail, and as you can see, it gives a nice effect with the gold and the colour in the background. Here's the mandala design I did. I just used the acrylic paint to do the mandala design, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the colour behind it, because I wasn't sure what sort of design I was going for. It's a nice way to do the design and then add the colour where you would like it on top of that. So I'm going to take the liquid glass paints. You want to start off with quite a little bit of paint on your brush. If you overload your brush, what happens is the glass paints tend to run down the mason jar and it's very hard to control. So that's what I did here. So I'm just taking some white spirit and a clean brush to clean it up. But I would recommend starting with very little paint on your paintbrush, and you can always intensify the colour by adding layers on top of it if you'd like. So then you just want to take away the tape off your template and pull it out. And there you have it. These make lovely decorations and they also make lovely gifts. You can always put stuff in them, which is quite a nice thing to do, or you can add some fairy lights. They look quite nice with the stained glass effect as well. If you're going to gift these to people with food in them, I don't recommend using the acrylic paint, and you need to make sure you oven bake your glass paints according to your package instructions. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed.